Hi, I'm Ken Jr. and welcome to TrainWorldTV. Here you'll find the latest and greatest in model trains. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. And if you're new to our channel, we're glad you're here, and I invite you to click the subscribe button and hit that bell notification so you'll never miss a video. Now, we'd also love to send you exclusive deals and special announcements that you won't find anywhere else. So be sure to sign up for our emails, TW Text, and stay connected with us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Don't forget, you can shop online at TrainWorld.com for all your model train needs. Now, without further ado, enjoy today's video.
All right, and welcome to TrainWorldTV, everybody. And we have a very special night tonight for TrainWorldTV. And we have KATO. KATO is in the house. Joel and Charles are here, as well as our good friend Tony Cook from Model Railroad News. And fun fact, Tony did have a birthday recently, so we got to sing a little happy birthday to him on this live air stream. And but how are you doing, guys?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you, Ken?
All right.
Over here. Thanks for having me tonight. Really excited on the KATO stuff. The Pioneer Zephyr, Pioneer Zephyr, Pioneer Zephyr.
Oh yes, the Pioneer Zephyr. You know.
That's right. And Tony, what better way to celebrate your birthday than KATO announcements?
You know, we can.
It might have been a couple of weeks ago, but you know.
Well, that's good. Everybody's giving kudos to Tony. So great stuff. All right. So Joel and Charles, where do you want to start tonight?
Well, we'll start with Tony's favorite model. You know, he's already announced it, so we might as well talk about it. So we do have our new tooling project for 2026, which is the Pioneer Zephyr. So we already did a little bit of an announcement on this. We already showed off some artwork, some video, but we wanted to go over it once again. And the reason why we just want to keep talking about it is just because the Pioneer Zephyr is just a really iconic train, especially to those who live in the Midwest. As many of you guys know, this model is currently on display at the Museum of Science and Industry in Chicago, Illinois. And, you know, it's got kind of an interesting history to it because it was really the first of many of these Zephyrs that would come down the line. I think the CB&Q produced somewhere around like 9 to 12. I'm not sure of the number. But this was really the first one that set the aesthetics for that time period. So I'm just going to move on here to the next tab. So we just have a little promotional picture there with the tooling. And this locomotive is also very important for us for KATO USA because we're actually celebrating our 40th anniversary this year. So 40 years since KATO USA was established. So this is kind of a commemorative model because, you know, we're kind of going back to our Midwestern roots as well as just kind of preparing for the future. So this locomotive and the cars come in a special 3-car set. The first is the RPO power car. Then there's the baggage buffet coach. And then there's also the observation car. And I'm going to find a way here to where we can show Charlie because he's on the layout right now because he wants to show off the running capabilities. You on there, Charlie? All right, Charlie is ready. Ken.
All right. Let's grab Charlie. There he is.
So this is the main RPO power car here in the front, and it's got a very streamlined design because when this locomotive and the cars were introduced, it was the 1930s where railroads were kind of failing in the eyes of the public. It was the Great Depression, and also automobiles were just gaining a lot more popularity. So a lot of people were just kind of skipping on the train. So when CB&Q put together this consist, they really wanted to make it something futuristic, something that people would not see before. And that's kind of why we have this futuristic streamlined look. And I'm trying to see here. So we can see it running around the layout. So just like the real life prototype, this locomotive is articulated. So that means that the truck is in between each cars. These were called Jacob's bogies at the time. And it was a really revolutionary way because to operate the locomotive, because it really brought down the operating costs and just made the whole consist a lot more lightweight. So on the KATO model, you're going to be able to couple it up pretty easily. It's very similar to our Shinkansen systems that we have for some of our Japanese models, to where you can just kind of plug them together. And yeah, this is going to be a little 3-car bookcase set.
I like how Charles just ran around to catch the train, and he's zipping around the layout.
Yeah, he's kind of a wizard, you know. Very athletic.
Very cool.
This is out in our lobby currently.
The first car's powered and lighting for the all three?
So there are 3 versions of this. Actually, more of them. So we got the DC one, which is the one that's going to be coming in December of this year. And then later on, we're going to have the DCC and then also the DCC and sound. For each of these options, you also have the option of getting lighting with them. But straight out of the box, you're going to have a push and pull lighting system in there. So the front light will turn on when it's going forward. And then the back light's going to have red tail lights. And then the other way around, or vice versa. He's really having this thing go around. Look at that go.
It is such a cool train, such an iconic prototype. I mean, as you mentioned, kind of the first of that streamliner era, and set the stage for all the, and you guys do a lot of the Burlington, like the Silver Streak, you know, the E5, E6s in N scale and such. You have a lot of those neat models. So this is a real fun piece to add to KATO's N scale.
And it is, I mean, it's just a very iconic train. We're really looking forward to it. Personally, you know, I grew up going to the Museum of Science and Industry, and this would always just be in the lobby there. So having a chance to make this in N scale is just really special for all of us, because it's kind of a local thing, you know. I think this engine and the consist used to be presented outside, and then somewhere out during the 1990s, they brought it inside and they made like a special lobby area for it. So, yeah, I mean, we're looking forward to it. It's going to come out in December 2026. So right in time for that holiday season.
Very cool.
So if anyone has any questions, we could also move on to the next one. What do you think, Ken?
Yeah, Joel, a couple of things, and Tony, the pre-orders on this have been tremendous. People are really excited about this. You know, they're really amped up. They're excited. They want to order it. They want it to come in stock right away. And a lot of times on the new product coming in from KATO, it sells out so quickly, and it takes a long time for a restock because it just sells out immediately. And just a perfect example, the Abraham Lincoln just came in, and I had to wipe out 3 distributors, and they didn't have much left, but we're already close to sold out on everything that we came in, and that was a huge number, that batch that came in. So make sure you get your pre-orders in. It's really important, and especially on the hot new KATO stuff. So really neat on this. And Joel, there was a good question on the lighting kits. I'm not sure if you know this, or maybe you need to run it with the technical on if they'll use existing KATO lighting kits.
They're going to be using the standard lighting kits for this.
Okay.
So whatever's available already, they'll work in this.
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm. All right. With that being said, we can move on to our next. Oh, we have another.
And yeah, just on price point, I'm not sure the list price exactly, but if you head to TrainWorld.com, you could type in the number or KATO Pioneer Zephyr, and we should have a price on it.
I believe that the price for it, MSRP is $199. So if you go to TrainWorld.com, you'll be able to find it for less than that.
Yep.
And Joel, you said it's a bookcase release, so it will be in like the green vinyl inside, like a slipcover with like that artwork on the front or something.
Yeah, we haven't announced the sleeve for it just yet because it's still under development, but it's gonna be in one of those kind of mini cases. So I'm not sure if you've seen some of the imported items that we carry sometimes, but it's a little bit smaller, but it's like the same kind of green mesh material.
Tony's asking because he wants to start N-Scale Collectors magazine.
Yeah. He wants to get himself a mint copy so he can sell it.
He's running out of room on HO. So
okay.
So he's got to
downsize.
That's quite the problem.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I think it's going to be huge. You know, you were just saying how you were scouring places for that Abraham Lincoln 1616 UP locomotive that just came out. Boy, I hope you're putting in the stock on this one, Ken, because especially coming out at the holidays, it'll be huge.
Yeah. And two more good questions, Joel. Okay. Interiors, will there
Yeah, there will be interior details, so like seating and stuff.
Okay. And then do you know the kind of motor, or if it will be DCC ready? Will it allow a DCC board?
So I think it is a 5-pole motor. When it comes to the drop-in DCC, I don't think we've established. We're still working on those details, right, Charlie? Yeah, so we're still working on those details, but it is going to be drop-in DCC.
Okay, great.
All right, I can move on to the next one. And this is another thing that is new for 2026. And we actually had a rush of these photos because they just came in on a little mail package this morning. But these are the Greenbrier .117 tank cars in N scale. And this was probably the first thing that we showed off this year. And we got a lot of feedback from it. A lot of people really excited. And it is kind of a part of our new initiative for N-scale freight cars. We're really going to be doubling down on N-scale freight cars moving forward, and really wanted to start off with something that's very modern, something that can go with GEVOs, something that can go with ACUs, something that's seen on the rails today. So, you know, if you guys want to know a little bit of history about this tank car, so about 1/3 of old tank cars, they, you know, transport flammable materials such as crude oil and ethanol. And for the longest time, there was a standard called the .111. But after a couple of accidents and issues with those tank cars, they were removed out of service. So slowly but surely, the .117 tank car is becoming kind of the modern standard. So we decided to take a look at it, take a crack at it. And we're really looking forward to introducing these because, again, it's a brand new tooling. It is lightly weighted, so you can really add these up for a really long train. In a moment, we're going to be sharing some footage with Charlie on the layout. We have I think a 16-car consist going around, and it's smooth as butter. And in addition to that, these are a lot more durable. They have flexible piping throughout, so it's not going to crack if you just drop it one time. We don't recommend that you drop our stuff, but you know, if something happens, if it falls off the rails, you'll be fine. It is a really flexible, it's very durable, so you're not going to have to worry about that. And the most important thing about this is that it is sold in value bulk packs of 8 cars. So I don't think I have it with me here, but Charlie will show you guys later. But let me let's go to the layout real quick here, because Charlie can show it in action. Ken's a tech wizard also. And here we have the Abraham Lincoln, you know, a familiar favorite for Ken.
That's right. Hold on.
Look at that train spotting. Wonderful. So as you can see here, very, very long consist, very lightweight, but very, very durable. And I got to say that the design work for these tank cars, you know, they're really, really accurate when it comes to trying to replicate how the actual markings look. I've done some of the graphic design for these, and I got to say it's been many hours of staring at just like rail fan footage to really try to get these numbers right. I was kind of going a little crazy about it, but I think the result speaks for itself, and we're really looking forward to just continuing to do end scale rolling stock. It's something that we're looking forward to expanding on.
They look sharp. The finish is nice too. It has a real metal like. You can kind of see the shine to them in the lighting there in your model train. Is that your office? You have an office with a layout like that, Ken? I don't have a layout like my office. Do you?
Yeah, we got a couple of layouts. You know, we got an HO one. We got the one that Charlie's on. We got one in the warehouse as well. So we got some variety.
Nice. Yeah, those look great. And boy, you see those trains, you always think of like unit coal trains, but anymore I see these, oil or, ethanol, whatever they are, trains all the time.
Oh, yes. The world runs on oil, But yeah, these will be arriving relatively soon. These are our final samples that we just received. So we're going to be expecting these models to come a little bit later this summer. So Charlie's actually running across the office right now. So we're going to have another visual on this. Even a close-up.
There was a good question. The tank cars truck mounted or body mounted?
So they're going to be truck mounted. It just helps with the easeability of going around on curves.
Got it.
And how many of you're selling them in 8-packs? Obviously, I assume each 8-pack has unique road numbers to the pack. And would there be multiple packs? You talked about you had a train there of 16. So how's the numbering going on those?
And also, Charlie is ready to show off his stuff there on his camera. But yeah, we're having 2 8-packs available. They're going to be both GBRX. In the future, we do plan to do more road names for that, but every single car in this lineup, they have a specific number to it.
They look sharp. I like you've got the red placards, the little diamond placard things on the ends and the corners there. Nice work.
It was a lot of R&D to get these text placements in the right place, I guess. So you can kind of see there how flexible it is. It's very durable.
Nice.
You can show the underframe too, Charlie. There we go. Some underframe detail. So these are a great addition to, for example, like the Abraham Lincoln or any modern stuff that we're putting out currently. Thank you very much, Bruce. So let me see what I've got here next. Oh, there we go. I forgot I had an example. This is how they come packaged. So MSRP is 160. TrainWorld, I think you guys have them a lot lower than that. But very, very nice way to... Oh, I have it here in my hand. Suddenly it's appeared. Just open them up for you guys. Don't tell anyone if I drop them, okay, guys? Look at that.
Very neat. Wow.
Nice.
So that's a pre-production sample, or they're near?
These are basically finalized. So this means that we're receiving it next month in our container. So this means by end of summer, this should be at TrainWorld.
Wow. It's close.
Yeah.
And a very nice price, as the one viewer pointed out there. Yeah, for 8 freight cars, Ken, and that's the MSRP is 160. Wow.
Great
and
price.
Yeah, nice.
So we're looking forward to expanding on that in the future.
Joel, Peter had a good suggestion, maybe a future run with ETZ on them.
Yeah, we'll look into it. We're definitely gonna reuse the tooling for other row names and stuff too.
Cool.
All right. I think I can move on to the next one here. So, as you guys know, walked around, July 4th is coming up. So this year we are celebrating America's 250th. And as part of that, we kind of put out some commemorative locomotives this year. So as Ken mentioned earlier, we got the Abraham Lincoln SD70M, which is actually now available. So I'm going to assume that you guys are getting some of that from your distributors. And later on this month, we're actually going to have the Bicentennial Conrail GG1, which is a very, very nice locomotive. It's got a lot of nice printing, and it just really looks grand, We have Charlie there with some close-ups on it. So the pantographs are posable. There's a lot of wheels on that thing, I'll tell you.
Yeah. A lot of people are excited about this.
Mm-hmm. So there's a very loud group of people who really ride and die for Conrail stuff. So we're hoping that they get their fix with this one.
Really nicely done. That's such an intricate, the scheme on that with gold eagles there. And I mean, there's a lot of colors and a lot of things to line up for the printing. That's, of course, you guys do a great job with that. And that, it looks awesome. Wow.
Mm-hmm. And if we take a look at the Abraham Lincoln SD70M, so, this locomotive is actually currently touring around the United States with the Union Pacific Big Boy. And, this UP locomotive does have a bit of a historical background to it because, back when Abraham Lincoln signed the Pacific Railway Act, it really jump-started the construction of the Transcontinental Railroad. And Union Pacific basically owes their existence to this thing that got signed. And this locomotive in particular, it pays homage to, I forget the number of it. It is Union Pacific 119, which is a 440 steam locomotive, which was actually present during the Golden Spike ceremony. So it's got a bit of a historical edge to it. And it's also commemorating the 16th president. So, coming from the land of Lincoln, we had to do this one.
It's very sharp. That's a neat looking. Yeah. There's so many special liveries now. You could literally collect and have no regular paint jobs, nothing but special units, and have a shelf full of them. And boy, those are nice.
Yeah. They're kind of like candy canes, very colorful.
Very cool.
So speaking of, actually, if you want to hold any questions for it, I'm not sure. Sorry, I'm getting a hold of myself here.
And you say the Conrail Bicentennial GG1 is this summer? I know that I've seen the Abe Lincoln. You send me one of those. In fact, my reviewers got it now. But the GG1 will be out soon.
Yeah, we also got samples of them, which is why we're showing them off today. We've actually got another GG1 that we're about to show you in just a moment. But this means that they're going to be coming around the same time as the Greenbrier tank car. So it'll be later this summer. So people will be able to celebrate with those. Anyways, so moving on to another GG1, we actually have some Amtrak equipment that we want to show off. Now, this is an Amtrak GG1, which is I think a familiar face with some of the O scale crowd. I'm not too into O scale. I prefer N scale personally, Ken. Don't want to say too much. But the GG1 is just a very iconic locomotive. There was a time in the United States where electric rail did seem like the future, and we're kind of living in a different type of reality now. But this locomotive was initially built for the Pennsylvania Railroad, and it had a really unique Art Deco look. But after Penn Central blew up, something happened to them. Amtrak and Conrail kind of picked up the pieces. So for phase one, Amtrak was running a lot of these GG1s on, I think, what they would call now the Northeast Corridor. And, this is a perfect set to go along with our Rainbow Era 7-car set that we have from a couple of years back. So it's a very historical look, and it's a very classic look to those who might have grown up with, an O-scale model of this.
Very neat. Actually, let me get the train cam.
Oh yeah, we got the train cam.
Very nice. And these are just smooth operators. Anyone who buys KATO knows the quality and craftsmanship.
Mm-hmm. They're like Swiss watches. They last forever too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, personally, I'm a really big fan of this Phase 1 livery for Amtrak stuff. I mean, I personally really like looking at old photos of the concerts that they were running because, they were running, Penn Central stuff, Pennsylvania Railroad stuff. I think there's some Burlington Northern cars. They were running basically anything in those earlier years before they really established an identity. And I think a locomotive like this at the front of that consist is just really eye-popping, Conformity is always a nice thing, with some of these passenger trains, but sometimes you want to just throw stuff together. So moving on to some more Amtrak related stuff, we have a recent arrival with our Phase 3 collection. So I've actually got a Phase 3 set right here. So these are now available along with the Abraham Lincoln locomotive. So Phase 3 was really one of the most iconic looks for Amtrak stuff in the United States. And I feel like the F40 has lived so many lives, but everyone always associates it with its Amtrak look. It's just really I guess you say, if you think of a passenger locomotive, you think of Phase 3. It's just very iconic looking. And, in addition to this set, we have the Phase 3 Superliners, and I think when Charlie's showing the consist later on the layout, you'll see that we actually produced a step-down transition coach, which is a new coach to our lineup. So it's the first time we've done printing like this, and yeah, I mean, we're big supporters of Amtrak stuff. We always love having Amtrak, and yeah, I think Charlie's getting to the layout now, so you actually be able to see them in action.
And this set has the F40 with the ditch lights cut into the nose, doesn't it?
Yes. So if you want the ones with the ditch lights, yes, with the ditch lights, you'll have to get the 4-pack for it. The single units don't have those. We have our eye in the sky right here. Okay, there's some trouble on the main line, perhaps. There we go. I don't know what's going on. It's entertaining. But yeah, just a very iconic livery. I honestly think, I'm a big fan of Phase 7 right now. I think Phase 7 is probably one of the cleanest looks that they've done for Amtrak. But I think Phase 3 is just, you can't beat Phase 3.
It was so sharp. I mean, yeah, it came in the early 80s and made it into the 90s and was, it was really neat to see the long distance superliner trains all striped, perfectly well. You said the transition car is new. Is it new tooling or new in Phase 3 paint?
No, not new tooling, but you'll see it pass right here. So basically, this is transitioning from like baggage cars up to the main, bi-levels. I'm giving the wrong name for them. They're not bi-levels. They're superliners. Sorry about that.
Right.
Charles is like imposter of a drone. He's
better
than the drone footage.
You can see those tank cars.
He's quicker. He's got a higher speed motor than the drone footage.
Yeah. We gave him some coffee before this, so he's a bit jumpy. So
Very
yeah.
cool. Very neat.
And actually, I don't have a slide for this, but I'll show you guys. So not too long ago, we announced that we're doing this special bookcase set, 7-car set of every single Amtrak phase all together. And I do have a couple of paint samples here. It's not the complete thing, but I wanted to show them off. So we have here at least an AM fleet of Phase 5. So it's the first time we're actually showing it off. We're still waiting for final samples from the production department. But, you know, Phase 5 is just very interesting. This is Phase 5 Acela, to be specific. Just very interesting aesthetics here with a kind of like, I don't know, kind of a Y2K look to it, if you guys see that. And in addition to that bookcase set, we're also having Phase 7. We've got another card here.
That's the latest. I think that's a really sharp look. I've seen some of the stuff just coming out of the paint shops on the prototypes. And yeah, isn't that Phase 7 neat? Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly think this, I mean, next to Phase 3, I think this is like their best look. I personally really love them.
I like that. Yeah.
I spoke to like Matt Donnelly of Amtrak, and he was kind of explaining me of how like the different accent colors here indicate what kind of class it is. So one's business class, one's coach class. Some of them are for diners. So it's an interesting setup they've got. You know, it's very let's say European-esque. You know, I'm looking forward to showing these off in more detail on another time. Sorry.
And those are going to be in a set with every Amtrak phase paint scheme. Did you say what's the passenger car set?
Yeah, so it's going to be a 7-car set. So it's going to have Phase 1 through 7.
Oh, okay.
Just kind of like a special anniversary thing we're doing again to celebrate 40 years of KATO USA. And the Phase 7 stuff, we're also going to be putting out separate bookcase sets for those modern cars. So that'll be also a separate thing. And then the Phase 7, the historical phase thing. Sorry. There's a lot of phases in all this Amtrak stuff, you know. It's a lot of things to keep in mind. Let me see what I got here next to my notes. And, you know, we have a little thing to show off here in HO scale for all of those who are interested. Oh, wait, this actually, here are some cleaner looks of the Superliners in Phase 3. This is N scale. This is N scale stuff. But then if my next slide is correct. Okay, it's not correct. There we go. HO scale Viewliner 2s. These are out now. They're shipping out. I think they're available at TrainWorld right now. And this is our recent, most updated tooling for HO scale. So, you know, these model features metal weights to give some prototypical heft. You got optional kinetic couplers to allow for close coupling. You can upgrade them with interior lights and illuminated marker lights. And it's very, very smooth running performance. So I've seen a lot of people add these cars to their Superliner consists with, you know, these cars, as well as mixing and matching with some of the Walther stuff that's out there.
Yeah, these did very well. A lot of people are excited about this batch.
So if Charlie could show them off real quick.
There's 3 body styles. I've got Kevin Holland, that's the editor of Passenger Train Journal, is reviewing the set of 3 of your HO Viewliners for Model Railroad News. And it's there's a diner, sleeper, and what's the other car, Joel? I know there are 3 body types.
You know, I've worked on a billion Amtrak cars. So let me actually, if Charlie wants to turn on his mic for a quick second.
Bag dorm.
That's it. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. The man in the skies.
Thank you, Charlie. Yeah, baggage dorm, and then the sleeper and diner. And boy, they're sharp-looking cars. The finish is really nice on them.
I think it's really interesting that they, you know, I mean, I'm biased now because I just told you guys how much I love Phase 3. But I think it's really interesting how they incorporated this kind of Phase 3 look, you know, in a modern setting. I really do think they'd make them look like real crisp looking, you know.
And these come fully assembled, as I remember looking at them. It looks like they've got a couple of detail parts, maybe like handrails or grab irons you put on the ends of the cars, I believe. But
yes, there are a couple of detail parts. Yeah,
that's how they come right out of the box. And yeah, with the window inserts that have the nice tinting to them that look authentic, and then the interior stuff. They're sharp-looking cars.
And you could also upgrade them with lighting kits, as previously mentioned, which, you know, realistic for some nighttime runs. I have so many things on my desk here, geez. Grab that thing. Okay, moving on to something. Actually, Charlie, put on your camera one more time. Sorry. So in addition to all this, going from HO back to N scale real quick, we are also adding something called concrete ties to our unit track system. So if Charlie wants to turn on his mic real quick, he's a little more closer to this stuff than I am.
All right, so we're looking at expanding our N-scale unit track lineup with more concrete tie options. So concrete ties are progressively becoming more common, especially in Japan. And we have hundreds of pieces of N-scale wooden tie track, but we're looking to expand, and we're currently expanding into N-scale concrete ties. So we're looking to expand the entire N-scale lineup in concrete tie track over the next few years.
Wow.
So very modern, and even though that these are being ran in these are being shown off in Japan, they're not just exclusive to there, because you can see these in Europe, and you can even see this in the United States with stuff like the Northeast Corridor. Wooden ties are just not going to cut it for some of these really, really quick trains. So like the Acela.
Very neat.
All right. And, moving on from that, we got a little bit of a special thing to show you just for you, Ken, and just for you, Tony.
All right.
This is a little special birthday gift, we're a bit of a sneak peek. Okay. So we're actually going to be running. Oh, look, I forgot. I had this wonderful slide. Look at that.
Drum roll. Can you need the little thing to press the button to do a drum roll?
I think it should be Tony's birthday more often.
I think so too. Maybe every other week, So
wow.
Cooling project we're gonna do is the jet powered RDC. So
cool.
This was also known as the M-497 Black Beetle. And this is a real oddity of American railroading, and it's really just kind of showing that I feel like American railroads will do anything other than electrifying their tracks. But I digress. So this was in 1966, and the great guys at the New York Central, they're kind of thinking to ourselves, how do we make our trains quicker? How can we get people from one place to another, like that? So they handed a couple of developers $35,000, 2 jet engines, and a RDC car, and they said, just figure something out. So this is what they figured out in about 30 days. And I think, they did some testing with this. I think it reached a top speed of 183 miles per hour.
Yeah.
But they only tried it on like straight tracks in the Midwest. So I have no idea how this would work out on going on a curve. But it's certainly something to show, So right here, what Charlie's showing is a very, very early sample. This is just a 3D print, kind of a rough look at it. In the pictures that I was just showing, it's a little bit more of a updated finish that's in Japan right now. But I mean, this is just a very, very strange model, and we're really looking forward to replicating it in N scale. In the past, we actually produced we have a specialty program called Kobo Customs. It was something that we did a long time ago, made to order, but this is something that we're doing. It's a full production run, and we don't have samples of it just yet that are finalized, but I mean, I'm really looking forward to showing this off with DCC and sound, because this is just one of those locomotives I think you need some sound attached to it, for, I mean, just looking at it, I just want to make whoosh sound effects. I mean,
exactly. Yes.
It's very interesting looking.
Will the the jet powered pack light up orange or?
Yeah, so we're not finalized with design just yet, but the jet powered part is gonna light up red, I believe.
Cool.
Wow.
So I think this will be a really interesting look, around.
There you go.
Oh, there we go.
Cool. Nice. Very cool.
Wow.
Very cool.
So this locomotive was kind of a one and done. They did. New York Central did not always see it zooming now. Look at it go. This is how it was running back in 1966.
160 miles per hour.
Oh yeah, 183. We're doing scale speed today, guys. So
Nice.
Very cool. They must be using a KATO power pack.
oh, that's how you power up everything. You could power up a car like that, possibly.
Very neat.
So, this locomotive didn't really have that happy ending because well, frankly, they kind of looked at the data that they got after 30 days and they kind of looked at themselves like, what are we going to do with this? I imagine the logistics of putting on, jet engines on rail cars didn't seem that prosperous. And it didn't really matter anyways, because New York Central was already planning to merge with the Pennsylvania Railroad. And, well, we all know what happened after. So, this rail car lived on without that jet powered part, but it's just an interesting tidbit when it comes to history. So we're looking forward to having this as a name train for this year. It's a very interesting look, and we'll have more details on it next month when we have our proper announcement for it.
Really fun. That's so cool.
That's great.
So I think that is all we've got for today. So we'll leave the floor out for some wonderful questions.
I saw a lot of product recommendations.
Okay,
and I
go.
promise
Hey, Charlie, it's your favorite part.
They want SW9s, 1200s, 1500s. They want more F units.
More F units, okay.
Specifically Denver, Rio Grande, and I believe CNO F unit.
We do have some Rio Grande stuff coming up later this year. Unfortunately, it's not an F unit, but it is some Rio Grande stuff.
Okay.
It's F unit adjacent, it looks like an F unit ish.
And they want the 250 paint schemes.
We are working on that. Next week, I think we are starting our announcements on that.
Yeah, we couldn't show you guys all of the sneak peeks, but next month we have some 250th related announcements. So we're looking forward to showing those off to you guys.
Okay. Bigger turntable and curved turnouts. That would be interesting. Curved turnouts. That would be a good one. Dash 9s. And they want to know the specific Rio Grande model.
We got to leave some surprises for you guys. We showed off the RDC. We got to keep some for ourselves too. Don't worry.
UP Auto Racks. The custom paint wraps in New York and Boston areas for the F40s.
Okay.
They want to see more Japanese trains sold in the States. PAPBs. Amtrak Bloody Nose GG1. A GM Aero train.
Okay.
GM Aero train.
That's the bus one.
It's been I think he mentioned Concorde made one decades ago. So it may be time for a refresh model.
I think they have one of these out in Wisconsin, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. And there's one down in St. Louis as well, one of Rock Islands. Yeah. Lots of road names because nobody ever really owned those. You can put Pennsy, New York Central, Rock Island. I mean, Rock Island finally took them all, but when they were demonstrating, it was UP City, Las Vegas. So yeah, there's a lot of neat things there. I thought the new we've got a big review in Model Railroad News of the Canadian Pacific Military. Are they 70 ACUs?
Yep.
Yeah, SU-70 ACUs.
They look awesome, and I just got that orange Hapag Lloyd. Canadian
Yes.
Pacific one, boy, all of those are, the special livery ones are really sharp looking. Very nicely done. And I love that HO Metra 149 in that dark kind of paint scheme. Is it black or dark blue? And that was a really sharp.
I think I've got it up here. I mean, in addition to that, the stuff that we showed off today, in the next couple of months, we're also going to be releasing some more ES44s. So I do have the Hapag Lloyd one here up on the screen. We're actually also going to be putting out some Ferromex locomotives, which is something that I'm personally very, very excited for.
I like that scheme a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, we've just been having kind of a trend internally, to doing a lot more paint schemes or looks that we haven't done before, because everyone's got their favorite road name in Union Pacific or Canadian Pacific or any other railroad, but kind of spicing it up once in a while is also cool too. So we've really been happy of how people have been responding to the ACUs. I do believe the sound ones are going to be coming out sometime soon.
We'll be releasing shortly. We're still producing them internally here, so.
We also got a Fox. This is also producing. Look at that.
A couple of things. The big boy, rumor has it, KATO is now sold out.
Yes, we are sold out. We do have plans to remanufacture, but it is going to be January of 2027 by the time we can get that on our production schedule.
All right. So make sure, if you're looking to get a big boy, make sure you grab it now while there are limited quantity in stock. It's going to go quick, especially with the big boy on tour. And just wanted to show off these surf liners. This was really popular and a great set that they made. Really neat.
I have it on standby.
And then
I have it on standby.
Also, don't forget, make sure you grab Model Railroad News. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Tony does a really great job with all the magazines. And Model Railroad News, I get it myself, and it's my Bible. So this edition over here is actually of KATO's N-Scale Milwaukee Road Olympian Hiawatha. So he does a lot of great stuff and does a lot of great reviews with KATO as well. So make sure you head to the modelrailroadnews.com website and subscribe. It's a great thing. I read my Model Railroad News and I drink my cup of coffee, and I'm ready to go to work. What's better than that, Tony?
Exactly. Ken gets a special subscription where I tell him, it's like, have you got these? Where do you see these? Make sure you order a lot of these. So by the time he gets a magazine, I've probably already bugged him about a handful of things that I
you include a stock list with every magazine, That's what it is.
But that's good stuff. And this car is just so awesome. Look at those windows on it. Just really neat.
Yeah.
That did very well.
Yeah. KATO makes so many awesome passenger car, different model sets. And that was a real beauty. Yeah. With the FP7s up front. Yeah. Nice.
All right.
We're really focusing on passenger cars this year. We got tons of Amtrak stuff coming. We really want to make sure the rolling stock is there for sure.
Great stuff. And we're definitely getting a lot of requests for the 250 stuff. So make sure you don't wait too long on that, and spritz in some announcements on that. And this Denver Rio Grande guy is really
they're committed out there, California. The sun gets to them,
That's right. So make sure you get it going. But this was great. Joel Charles is great seeing you, and Tony, I feel like it's been forever with you. We need to back on more often.
Yeah, we're so busy. Joel, you guys, Charles, your videos and stuff you do for KATO are it's a lot of fun. And as Ken knows, that is such a neat part of the hobby, because that's what we're having fun. I mean, all of us, it's our job and also our hobby. Mm-hmm. And you guys, that really comes through. That Joel, your video, when you first started doing those, I'm like, who is this guy that KATO got? Oh my gosh, what is he doing? And then I kind of get the tone of it, and it's like, this is good stuff. It's fun. So, and that's what we're here for. So now it's cool.
Trains are
things. Remember, guys, it's a hobby. You know, we gotta smile a little bit. We gotta have fun. You know,
and it comes through. That's really awesome. It adds to the excitement of the products. So very cool.
Yeah, you guys are doing a great job. So we appreciate both of you, Joel and Charles, and the whole KATO team. I don't see Junpei there, but give a big shout out.
We're the only ones in the office right now. You know, that's how we're committed to this.
That's right. Great job. So we appreciate that. And make sure, if you're looking for some KATO trains, make sure you head to TrainWorld.com. Shop online 24/7, but we have a huge selection of KATO trains, whether you're looking for track, starter sets, some really great modeler stuff. We carry it all, and KATO has a great selection of items for you to pick anything you need, whether it's Amtrak or Santa Fe, whatever road name you're looking for. So make sure you head to trainworld.com. But like I said, those Abraham Lincoln engines, they just came in, and all the distributors are already wiped out. We wiped them out. They didn't have many left. We don't have much quantity left over, so hopefully there's going to be a restock soon. So make sure you head to your train dealers and get KATO trains. It's just a great quality product. I like to refer them as the Cadillac of trains, just smooth operators and just really great trains running on the track. So great stuff. And Joel, Charles, thank you so much for being on tonight. Tony, great seeing you again, and happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Tony.
All right. We got to send him over a birthday present, and a big shout out to Tony. And thank you, Model Railroad News and White River, for all that they do.
Thank you, Ken.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Everyone have a good evening or afternoon, whatever time it is where you guys are at.
All right. Take care, everyone.